but I can make the same amount of money as people on Airbnbs without the turnovers if I was to do furnished housing. Because look at all these right now. The market right now on FurnishedFinder is showing me. What if I said that you can make just as much money doing midterm rentals than you can as short-term rentals, Airbnb, vacation rental hosting? Would you think I'm lying? In this video, I'm gonna show you why. Midterm stays, not short-term rentals, not long-term rentals, but this seems to be the new kid on the block. It is hosting to corporate travelers and travel nurses 30+ day stays all on midterm rentals. This video is also sponsored by FurnishedFinder, but more on them later. This has been by far the hottest thing on my channel. I have 2 episodes. The first is with Jesse Vasquez, and we have 2 different episodes with him actually. And the first one, he just totally went like mind-blowing content of why he does midterm rentals and travel nurses. And the second one, he actually broke down a more specific use case to where he was able to host a family in his 4-bedroom house that he had in Modesto, all paid for by an insurance agent because they were having work done to their house. So the insurance company paid 6 months for over $8,100 per month for 6 months. It's crazy. And then my other friend, Brian Cook, I interviewed him as well, and he does it to where he's always booked in his vacation rental. So in the summer, when it's peak season for travel, he uses that as a Airbnb to generate revenue. But when it's the off season, instead of having, albeit sometimes really low bookings, he then brings in travel nurses to subsidize their rental income, into where he's almost making the same as he could as a vacation rental, but now he has less turns, has less to worry about, a more professional clientele, and he's making a killing, and he's always booked because of it. So we are doing that. Let me tell you first why. But one, it seems like you can get roughly about 80 to 90% of your short-term rental revenue on a midterm stay. Let's first define the stays. So you have your traditional long-term rental, that's your 1-year lease. Then you have your short-term rental on the other side, and that's your vacation rentals, anywhere between 1-night booking, 2-night bookings. Hey, let's go to Tahoe for the weekend. And then you have your midterm stay. That is your above 30-day stays, typically. Anyone that's just looking to live in a furnished rental for an extended period of time, less than a year, but more than a month. Midterm rentals. The biggest benefit for us has been the permitting. If you have been following along, which if you have, thank you so much, you'll know that our Joshua Tree Airbnb took 5 months to permit. And that was just a pure anomaly because they paused the process of issuing permits, they were readjusting the city ordinances, and it just made it difficult to where we had to eat 5 months of holding costs. And that's mortgage payments, utilities, all of that stuff, which roughly was almost, 12 grand. So that was not cheap. On a midterm stay, most cities, now please check with your own individual cities, but as an operator for a midterm rental, most laws and ordinances will require people to have a permit if their if they're renting to guests under 30 days. But above 30 days, it's almost like you're just operating like a traditional rental. So it opens up a lot more city zoning, cities in general, and just less of that bureaucratic hassle than you have to deal with if you're doing a short-term rental. So that's one big benefit off the gate for us to do a midterm rental. The second thing is, yes, you have to furnish a unit, but you don't have to make it this crazy, beautiful, exorbitant vacation experience. People are going there to work remotely, to maybe do a travel job, to be there for a contract job, and they're looking for more space in a hotel room, but they want something that's maybe just a little bit nicer than, renting a room somewhere else. Right? And so you can kind of create a comfortable home for them that's somewhat like an Airbnb, but you can have a better tenant base because they're not just there to party out for the weekend and celebrate their birthday, their anniversary, but they want to work there and be there for an extended period of time. The next thing is that you have less cleans and turnovers. You don't have to worry about, oh man, can my cleaner make it? Is there any gaps in between their schedule? Ultimately, you're making almost as much revenue as a short-term rental with not as much of the kind of headaches that come along with it. Thank you, FurnishedFinder, for sponsoring this video. FurnishedFinder is the leader for any corporate travels, travel nurses, or if you're just looking for a furnished place to stay for an extended period of time, you have to check out FurnishedFinder. They're available nationwide, and if you're a host, the best part is they don't take a percentage of your booking fees. There's a $99 sign-up fee just to get you on the platform. After that, everything you bring in is yours. They also have lease agreements, background checks, they can collect rent all on their platform, so it's done for you. If you have a furnished unit that you want to bring up for midterm rentals, make sure to check out FurnishedFinder. And thanks again for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it. And so now let me show you if your market is a viable market for furnished rentals. Of course, you're probably going to want to compare between your long-term rental, your midterm rental, and your short-term rental. And you want to see what the difference is. So the first thing is, let's start with a long-term rental. Rentometer is, of course, my go-to source for that. Copy and paste the address into there. It looks like, in this instance, I can make $900 on an average 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Let's see, for example, if I were to do a short-term rental. So, data.rabu.com. Put in the number of bedrooms, again, copying the address. Bang, bang, bang. So the other one was $900 a month. On a short-term rental, it says that the average here in this area, and this is giving me, again, I can filter down how tightly this pulls, but this is within 2 bedrooms above 3+ stars. So this is just scraping from Airbnb. And this is scraping listings that fit this criteria that are less than 1.5 miles away. So in this instance, it's saying double, basically, so $1,800 a month. Let's see what happens if I go into a traveler situation. So from here, if you go onto FurnishedFinder.com and I go to resources and then scroll down to there, get the nurse demand in your area. And so from here, you can put Columbus, Ohio. And so view stats. And so this is exactly what we did to figure out, hey, is there demand here? In this sense, you can see that there are basically 40,000 searches in Columbus in the last 12 months, and there's only 77 rentals, 14 of which are whole houses or private whole house units. So if I'm looking at what the spread is here, like that's not that much, right? And you can see that over half of them are charging more than over $2,000 a month, meaning I can make more hosting travel nurses here than I can basically on average on Airbnb. And I can definitely make more than a long-term rental. So this is why we are doing midterm rentals. Now, more specifically, you should be looking at the actual market analysis and to see, can I beat that? Okay, now from here I can see what my competition is. And I can look at exactly where my unit is, and our unit is somewhere in this area. And we can see that right now for 2-bedroom and up units, if this is our neighborhood here, underneath this freeway, there's only 4 listings. This one, and this one. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath. This one's a 2-bedroom. 90-day stay is what they're asking for. And these guys are asking for, it's a 2-bedroom, 30-day stay. So I'm only competing against 4 units right now if I were to put one up in Columbus in this area, in this price point. And again, we're looking at what the market says. If we were to do a normal long-term rental that's unfurnished, that's $900 right here. If we did an Airbnb, we're looking at $1,800. Now, let's just say I'm, top 75%, which I would hopefully do, then maybe it jumps a little bit to $2,100. But I can make the same amount of money as people on Airbnbs without the turnovers if I was to do furnished housing. Because look at all these right now. The market right now on FurnishedFinder is showing me $2,000, $1,500, $2,500, $3,500, $2,500, $2,200. I can make more on FurnishedFinder than I can on Airbnb in this market. So that's why we're really excited about this opportunity. That's really excited about this new project, because we have the ability to increase how much we're going to generate in rents while minimizing the amount of work. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video, but this is why we are so excited about midterm rentals. If you are also as excited, make sure to subscribe and follow along, because I will be breaking down every single part of our midterm rental building journey. So in the next episodes, I'll be showing you how I secured our unit, and then how we furnished the unit completely remote, breaking down how much it costs to set it up, and then of course how we're even self-managing and getting in our tenants all from basically 3,000 miles away. Let me know what questions you have down below. Make sure to subscribe. Look at those podcasts if you want to learn a little bit more about midterm rentals, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Cheers, you guys.